All right, everybody, we're diving deep today into a story about as big and bold as they come, Sean Diddy Combs, right? The name alone just throws you back, doesn't it? Music, fashion, that vodka you see everywhere, you know the one. But hold on, because there's a twist, and it's a doozy. Diddy's facing this legal battle. It's huge, honestly. Could rewrite his story completely. And even wilder, it could send shockwaves through the whole music industry. I mean, wow. You know that's our cue. Deep dive time. And trust me, this one gets complicated. Luckily, we've got our expert here to guide us through this RICO charge. RICO Eto, that's not your average lawsuit, right?
No, not at all. RICO stands for Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act. They made this thing to take down the mob, organized crime, not, your typical Grammy winner.
So it's like they're looking at Diddy's whole empire, the labels, the brands, everything, and saying it's basically like operating like a mob.
That's the picture they're trying to paint. With RICO, it's all about proving a pattern of racketeering, not just a one-time thing. It has to be systemic, the way they're doing business.
Right. Okay, so this isn't, just a parking ticket or something. If these accusations are true, if they stick, this is serious, serious stuff for Diddy, right?
Absolutely. We could be talking serious prison time, massive fines. And for someone like Diddy, whose brand is all about success, influence, it's that image, the reputational damage, that might sting the most.
It's like when Lauryn Hill had all those legal issues. It completely changed the course of her career, So it's not just legal. It's about their whole legacy. Okay, so let's get into it. What are the actual accusations against Diddy?
Well, there are multiple allegations of abuse, financial mismanagement within his companies. It gets messy. There are even whispers about some of his businesses possibly being used as fronts for other activities, if you catch my drift.
Oh, wow. This is where it gets really, really interesting. And just to be super clear here, these are just accusations right now. Diddy's denying everything. He's even saying he's being targeted for his success, which makes you wonder, how often does RICO even come up in music? Is there even a playbook for this kind of case?
It's rare. Prosecuting RICO in music, it's tough.
Yeah.
There isn't a ton of legal precedent. Remember when they tried to use RICO against Irv Gotti? Murder Inc. back in the day. It fell apart. You're talking about proving a pattern of racketeering. Within a music empire, it's incredibly difficult to prove.
So even if the accusations are huge, like really big, legally, it's a steep climb for the prosecution. But let's be real, this isn't just happening in court. This is blown up. Media's everywhere. Everyone's talking. What's the vibe out there? Like, what are people saying about all this?
Oh, it's a whirlwind. You've got some artists publicly supporting Diddy. Others are condemning everything, saying he needs to be held accountable. And then there's social media.
Right. A whole other beast entirely.
It's a mess, honestly. Everyone's got an opinion.
Feels like the court of public opinion is already in full swing, guilty or not. It really makes you think about power, the power dynamics in the music industry.
It's a huge factor. I think this case has everyone asking themselves, how does any of this really happen? Who's benefiting? And who might be getting taken advantage of along the way?
Yeah, that's a really good point. It's a wake-up call for sure, this whole thing. But the big question, the million-dollar question is, what happens now? What's next? Does this change the industry? Do things actually change? Or does it all just fade away,
That's the thing, isn't it? Could go either way. We might see stricter rules, regulations, more accountability from those at the top.
Yeah, a real reckoning.
Possibly. Or it could just fizzle out, business as usual, unfortunately.
That's what I'm wondering. I mean, what do you think? Anyone listening, seriously, what impact should this have? If any at all. I don't know, we'll have to see how it plays out. But
Right.
This case, it's about something bigger. It's not just about Diddy. It's about the music industry, what it is now and what it will become. That's something to think about, definitely.